Howdy, this is the Urban Cowboy here. So today's message is, well, didn't really plan it nearly as much as the other ones. It's kind of just things run through my head as we kind of go across today. So the other day, kind of working out here on the ranch, dealing with some bulls, and they got into a fight and kind of pushed themselves through the fence. And one of them got pretty hurt, not too badly, but he got his back. They're ramen bulls, so they got big humps. We got his hump kind of hooked up in the barbed wire and got it all bloody and all that. So kind of worried about him for a little bit, but they're okay. They're out grazing, and enjoying life today. But kind of the moment, kind of think, what could I have done different in terms of handling these cattle? What could I have done differently to have prevented the accident that occurred? The accident, of course, in this case being the two bulls pushing themselves through the pasture, or through the fence into a different pasture. Then I had to run them all back through a working system to separate them out. That's a big pain. But all that kind of got me thinking, that's kind of the problem we kind of run into in modern day with a lot of agricultural issues and mindsets. See, general society and people in general are kind of like two bulls on either side of the fence. We both got our own herds that we're preoccupied with, worried about. But all it takes is some, idiot. In this case, it was me, but in the real world, it's not always going to be me. It takes some idiot going out there and, trying to separate a bullfight or an issue between the two. The two are going at it through the fence, and well, just by getting involved, you kind of make it worse sometimes. In that case, what would happen is you end up with two opposing ideas that just headbutt, get all bloody, and at the end of the day, both bulls, or in this case both people, go back to their same respective pastures or respective groups as if there's nothing happened. Yet you're both beat up and bloody farms, so nothing to be gained, But the thing there is, it could be prevented, just like the bulls fighting can also be prevented. You just don't get involved when two people are so far on the other side of the fence on an issue. I get that agriculture advocacy is very important. It's important with any industry, especially in agriculture. The problem we have as producers, and this is something to understand, that this whole YouTube deal isn't just about, for us producers, it's for everybody, anybody that watches them. Right now I know we don't get too many views, but hopefully that changes eventually. I'll just keep pushing on through it. But one of the things, though, that's kind of annoying on that is, you really think about it, is we, as agriculture producers, it is our job to advocate for the general public to understand what we do, one, and that the majority of that being that we provide a safe and healthy product for them to consume on the daily, so they can go home, have clothes on their back, food in their stomachs, and gas in their tank. But the other thing, though, is not just as our job to, advocate for that. We, for some reason, feel it's our issue, our mindset, that we have to get involved on every single threat against agriculture. We have to get involved in every single fight, otherwise we're going to lose some right or some other. And all that has to do with just the nature of it, and that a lot of us ranchers and farmers are really stubborn, that we are really protective of the things we have, which we have to, because we have the government and other people trying to take it away daily. But another reason, though, is that we also have to acknowledge that while we may be right and the science may be on our side with a lot of issues, you can't fight people, or you can't get involved in two people that are fighting over an issue when they're on completely different sides of the fence. Because what happens is you break the fence, and at the end of the day, you just have to repair the barbed wire, fix the fence, make sure that each other's alright, make sure the blood, all that stuff's gone away, and at the end of the day, both bulls or both people are back in their pasture where they started to begin with, and nothing's changed. Except for now, the next time that you get involved, if you get involved, it ends up worse. Maybe that bull next time doesn't just get his, body stuck in the barbed wire. Maybe he doesn't get just his head cut up a little bit. Maybe he gets a leg broke or something worse. Or in this case, maybe two people that were fighting against a very similar issue in agriculture, they end up scaring away the consumer, scaring away the people that we have to cater to in order to survive as an industry. And I'm not saying we have to change, the way we do everything, because we don't. There are some things that work very smoothly and very, very well within our industry. Some things that could be worked on. But a lot of it's just public perception. And our biggest issue is that we need to stop trying to, persuade the public one way or another, instead of just presenting to them as what it is, which is pretty simple. It's this. It's we do our best with the power that be, and by God as our witness, whether you're religious or not, we believe and we stand for feeding and providing for our families and yours. Plain and simple. We're not poisoning the crops, we're not poisoning your food, we're not adding things to it or anything like that. We're simply trying to do a job which needs doing. And that job is feeding your family and feeding our family. They say by the year 2050, we're looking at essentially the world population will be over 9 billion people. We can barely provide for our own people as it is in America, and we still try to provide for other people in the world, which is the right thing to do. Yet by the year 2050, we're looking at an increase in population, and we're going to have to change stuff. We're going to have to be more innovative and more on top of it. And I tell you, the first thing that means is it does not mean going the route of using less technology to try to provide the same yields. What we need to do is we need to use more technology and try to increase our yields. And there will be some areas there that people will question and fight, and that's the way it's been since the beginning of time. There have been people in the same country, in the United States, that have fought against the use of tractors. And, this wasn't recent, this was years ago. It's the same story, same old story as the Luddites. Those of you who aren't too familiar with the story, I'll give you kind of a brief background on that. The Luddites was a group of people. It was back over during the Revolution, or the Industrial Revolution kind of era. Not truly the original Industrial Revolution, but kind of that same. If you want to ride into a wider time period, let's say 1800s, maybe early 1900s, probably around 18. But realistically, what that was, they're a group of people that were their job all day, every day, was to take fiber, and it was generally cotton or wool, depending on the facility, and turn it into a product, whether that had been a blanket, a shirt, or linen, whatever it was. And they did all this by hand. This is before the wool press, this is before cotton press, before they did all this by hand. Well, there was the implementation of industrialization. What happened is that there were these companies that created these, presses, these wool presses, these cotton presses, and things like that. And essentially, they made it so that you didn't have to have, 10 people working on different sections to make the same product. It came down to one person could process the wool or process the cotton into the final product, and it made things way more efficient, less energy waste, less all these things. Well, Luddites were people that were real fundamentalists, and that they thought, well, this technology is bad. And it had nothing to do with whether the technology worked, whether it was efficient or safe, and everything to do with the fact that there was technology to begin with. So they went, they destroyed these manufacturing plants. They went all around the country. This was in England, UK kind of area. They went around, they just destroyed everything, all over Europe, even outside of England, of course, other European states, or European countries, sorry. And they just went, they destroyed, these cotton presses, things like that. And they thought that would, put an end to it. Fast forward a couple decades, a couple centuries, are people still doing all that by hand? Hell no. Now it's even more industrialized than it ever was. Now, most people don't even know what the hell an old school cotton press or an old school wool press even looks like. So what does it tell you? Technology. Technology's coming. Technology's always been there. Technology will always exist. You can fight it. You can throw your hands up. You can say, "Hey, this is my way of life. This and that." But you ain't gonna change it. It's gonna come, and it's gonna take over. The minute that something's more efficient, more safe, and more profitable for the masses, the more likely we are going to use it. This isn't some scary tale. This is just kind of basic economics, that kind of mindset that we adapt technology to increase our economy overall. So, how does it play in the modern day? Well, we got so many issues in 2019. Let's start with the first one. We'll go with this lab-grown meat. USDA, hands up in the air. We can't call it meat. You call it like a bioprotein or something else. They have a lot of different nomenclature for that they've come up with, and it changes depending on who you ask. But it's not meat. Well, what they define meat as? They define meat as a protein coming naturally from a animal, a living being, whether it be a fish or a bird of some kind, or even land animals like livestock, like cattle and things like that. That's what meat is. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but should we as cattle producers be 100% against the idea of a product that will feed the world? Think about that. Don't think about the science behind it. Don't think about what it does or how it's manufactured. Think about for 1 second, just picture that. Should we, as agricultural producers, be against technology that helps feed the world? The answer to that is pretty plain and simple. No. Not just no, hell no. That doesn't mean we should get rid of our whole market share. It doesn't mean you start selling all your cattle, selling all your land, and all that crap, just so you can go ahead and get to a place where you don't have, any of that stuff. We're just going 100% synthetic, 100% man-made. No. I don't believe that this, bioprotein product, which is called meat, I don't think it's lab-grown stuff. I don't think it's ever going to be classified as a true meat product, and of course, but I really also don't think it's ever going to take over a majority market share and have to take over the whole market. I do think, though, there's a place for it. There's a place in countries that can't agriculturally sustain livestock. South American countries. It's too hot. Not enough corn, not enough grain, not enough grass, not enough land. Countries in Africa. There's a lot of poor countries in this world that need a sustainable, high nutritionist, highly dense in protein product. And we can't, as a society, say that because we don't support this and we can support ourselves, you can't have it. That doesn't work. That means that, 20, 30 years from now, the population's growing. You're looking at, Americans have food. Yay, good old fat Americans. The rest of the world's starving because they can't produce at the rate we can, and they can't do things that we can. And it's not that they just it's not that they don't have the technology, because some of these countries have the technology. They just don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the land. They don't have the labor. They don't have the finances. But we do. It's not our job as Americans to feed the rest of the world. We need to feed our own people first. But it's our job as humans, as people, to care about one another and to feed those that we can. So sometimes that means making compromises. That doesn't mean throwing your hands up and saying, no, we can't have lab-grown meat, we're against it, it's bad, blah, blah, blah. Whine, cry, all that. No, it means acknowledging that there is a place in U.S. agriculture for real grown meat from, cattle, livestock, things like that. There's a place for bioprotein products, and there's a place for plant meat-based or essentially plant synthetic products. What I mean by that is kind of break it down simply to like things like mushroom burgers and plant burgers, things like that. Things that mimic meat, but they're not. But the reason they mimic it is because there's people that have the life choice and decision to not eat meat, but they need to have the protein in some way or another. We can't dictate what other people do. That is not the American way. But at the same time, we can't give up our own market share freely and willy-nilly. So we have to compromise. And that means acknowledging that there is a place for these products. There will always be a place for these products. There's a place for these technologies. But we're going to have to adapt. And now let's compare it to another industry, just so you can kind of get an overall broad picture of what I mean by this. Let's look at the automotive industry. More specifically, oil production, okay? For gasoline, things like that. Okay, there's a lot of people that, one way or another, whether you hate the production of gas and oil, or whether you love it because you're making a living off it, that are kind of in agreement on some of the same issues, which is one, it's a finite resource, it's going to run out, and two, using too much of it is bad for the environment. Now we kind of acknowledge those two things. What is the settling point with both of those? Well, it's pretty basic, pretty simple. It's if you look at the industry like this, if you really think for 1 second that big companies, big corporations, I'll name drop, or actually I won't name drop for the copyright's sake, but just look at like some of the bigger companies out there that you see just wherever you are, your big, gas stations that you drive by. Every single one of them, in some way or another, is prepared for the future. As a big company, big corporation, that is your job. You have to look for sustainability long-term for you, yourself, and your employees. Do you think that they haven't invested in solar? They haven't invested in hydroelectric? They haven't invested in nuclear and all these different technologies? No, hell yeah, they have. But the thing is, they don't use it right away. Why? Because it's common sense. Let's use up what we got going at the lowest, introductory cost to get started and keep going the way it is, because we already have the infrastructure, oil production. Let's use it till we can't no more, and then we'll go ahead and go down the road and get some more of whatever the next technology is. If that means solar, we'll jump on that, we'll sell solar energy. If that means wind, we'll sell wind energy. If that means nuclear, we'll sell nuclear energy. Whatever the, consumer wants, we'll do it. But we sure as heck can't do it right away. Same thing with us in agriculture. We need to think the same way. These other protein products, these other food products for people are not a bad deal. If we look at it the same way these people do, and that we need to invest in them. But not invest in them to the extent where they take our own market share. Oh no. Invest in them to the point where we have an interest in them that if we lose market share, we make up for it in these products. I'll use another ag industry. That's not beef related, so you can understand this. Dairy. Man, that's a joke. So, dairy industry. Learned a lot about them over a couple of years. So, big mistake they did a long time ago is that there was no FDA essential labeling for milk. Nobody fought to enforce it, things like that. So I can go to the store anywhere and I can buy almond milk, soy milk, whatever. The FDA went back and classified milk as from a mammal, lactating animal, but that's too late now. Now I can still have these things called milk. So they're put in the same aisle as these other products, and they're not equivalent at all in protein content or anything like that. A lot of them are more, lack of a better word, some people call them just nut juice. Basically meaning they're just from, broken down, whether it's almonds or pecans or whatever you want to use, or go away from the nuts, go to soybean, things like that. Kind of just broken down into a liquid form, and they have to add some sugars and proteins, things like that. They try to make it equivalent. Of course, it's not. It's more sugar-based, things like that. But they never, it's kind of funny, you see, like, in their marketing, they put it in the milk aisle and they let people have the public perception that it's equivalent to milk, but they never once came out and said that it was equivalent to milk. Why? Because it's not. But they're not going to do that because of the common sense thing. They're just trying to market. So what the dairy industry messed up on is that they didn't fight it from the beginning, but now they're trying to fight it excessively. They're trying to regain a market share. And I argue this, and I have a lot of professors, back when I was in college, I talked to this about, and they thought I was, crazy. It made no sense. I think the problem is they're so used to working within the same industry, they don't see the real truth. Which is this. Had the dairy industry, when these companies came up making these soy milks and things like that, these products that are competitive products, had they just invested in them, they could have invested in them, they could have kept them from taking an entire part of their market share, and they'd still have the money from the market share to this day because they own the darn companies. It's called vertical integration. Companies like Standard Oil back in the day did it. Some people say that they did a lot of monopolistic and antitrust things. Yeah, they did. But at the same time, there's a lot of good things to take away from them that we can do today. Like that, make an investment that's smart for the future. If your industry is potentially in danger, or you see a potential threat, don't just throw your hands up and say, oh no, woe is me. And don't just put your hand forward and say, oh no, can't do this. Invest in the damn product. That way, if lo and behold the consumer switches and says, I don't want anything to do with this damn industry, then you're already there and you're ready to make the switch to the next product. We've seen this in every industry that known to man, though. This is a very common trend. Hey, let's use some older ones, some better comparisons. DVD players. Hundreds of companies were involved in DVD players. Long time. Use Blockbuster. They weren't involved in DVD players, they were involved in DVDs. Well, they do. They rented them, right? And they rented DVDs out to people. They saw during that they saw a trend, late 90s, early 2000s, that people were lazy. They didn't want to go to a brick and mortar store to pick up a DVD. So they went and found a way of getting it online. And before you know it, all they do is just go home, click, I want this movie, search, it's sent to me. Now they even adapted it, you don't even have to have it sent to you. You can actually stream it directly. Okay, well, all this was happening. Blockbuster had the opportunity, the time, they had the resources and money. They were losing their shares because they were in the whole world of people didn't want to do that anymore. They were losing their shares. They could have easily invested in these other companies that were doing that exact thing, the shipping to you or the streaming, could have bumped them up and just ran with them. What'd they do? Did they do that? No. They jumped on the boat late when it already left. By the way, this ship was already gone. And they decided, well, we need to go ahead and build a boat. So instead of building a big old speedboat try to catch up with everybody else, they built a damn sailboat. And man, was it slow. They tried to get that same market share by allowing you to have movies shipped to you, but it was too late. They didn't offer instant streaming, and the price for that was too high. They saw companies that did instant streaming and things like that as essentially a trend. But what happened? It's no longer a trend, it's the industry. The big takeaway here, ag people, listen up. Same thing to you, non-ag people, listen up. Any industry, the minute you see the new technology or the new product, if it looks like a good idea, if it looks like it's a direct competitor to you, either A, change your company model so that you match that and compete with them directly, free market, capitalism, or B, buy part of their damn company so that you have a backup for when your company fails to meet what consumers want. Ag industry is too full of fluctuations in cattle and commodity prices. And now we have more players coming in. Consistently, daily, you see this every year. New ag companies, new players. But we all act as if we're still playing the same game from the early 70s, from the 60s, hell, even the early 1900s. I'll tell you this, as a cattle producer myself, if you're still selling cattle at a sale barn alone, and you're not marketing them your own, you already have a foot in the grave. Your company will not last. You have to adapt. This isn't some critique thing saying that you're doing things wrong. I'm sure every producer in their own right is doing something right, doing something good. Hell, the sale barn's a good place. We use it ourselves too for our cold cattle. What I'm saying though is at the end of the day, it's adapt or die. Change and survive, or don't and die. Basic Darwinism, basic evolution. It's not that hard. But yet we see this negative trend in lots of companies. We see this in a lot of industries. Agriculture, non-agriculture, it doesn't really matter. It's just a never-ending trend. I'm not saying that I have the solution for any of this, because I don't. I'm still young, still learning, still trying to find my own way in this world, find true employment, and get my own company built up from the ground up. But I wanted to tell you, though, that every time I see an opportunity to adapt and change for the better, I will weigh my options and jump on it. It's the people that are late to adapt that make the least amount of money off any product, any technology. And they cuss the world for not accepting them and leaving them behind. Can't play that game anymore, guys, girls. We have to adapt. So this has been the Urban Cowboy. I hope you enjoyed this message today, and hopefully we'll get to some better, more uplifting talks in the future. If you like this, feel free to like and subscribe. I know right now we don't have too many views, too many followers, but hopefully we can get that going. So feel free to share this as well. But thank y'all very much, and God bless.